Okay, it is recording. Alright. There we go. Alright, today I'm gonna be playing Mask of the Rose. And this is a visual novel set in the fallen London universe. As you can see here, they're advertising their web browser game. But according to the Steam page and what they describe, you don't need to know anything about fallen London or sunless seas or sunless skies to have a good time in this game. And we'll see, because I have no idea about any of that. I saw maybe like a Mandalore gaming video on, I believe, Skies, maybe Seas, either one of those. I saw a video on one of those. I think it was Mandalore, it might not be. And that's all I know about this universe. It seems pretty cool, and I'm playing an early release by about a few days. It's a bit before their day zero patch because I was a Kickstarter backer, and that's how I got the game a little bit early, a couple days early. I'm not going to put this video out until they release it, but yeah, just letting you know in case there's any bugs. I don't think there'll be many, but there might be a few they're putting the finishing touches on. But at the same time, it's in people's hands, so it is what it is, right? But yeah, I'll try reading this out. You know, they say they have a lot, very good branching story and a few mini games in here. And the music and arts so far is really good, just on the main screen. And let me go through the settings real quick for you, just so you can see. I changed this to 250, 2K pretty much, by 1440. They don't have an ultra wide setting. And I enabled reduced motion. You can disable. It starts out disabled, but here's the audio options. Pretty straightforward. And then any visual novel you want to look at these as well. You got Prosa Libre text, which I kind of like. And then you got me. And then you can do the text size for whatever you want, cursive or standard. I'm gonna go cursive, and then the autoplay with text reveal speed. It doesn't seem like there's a skip text button, which I kind of like to have for replays of visual novels, like when you go back through. It might appear later in here. We'll see. I haven't done anything yet. Yeah, let's get right into it. February 1862, with no warning at all, London fell through the surface of the earth. This was meant to be a year of progress in industry, great exposition, trams, a newer sewer system. Instead, we find ourselves dwelling in a cave. It's October now. The fires have been put out. The bodies have been buried. Can I use keyboard? Took away the mouse. Space. Alright. But the future remains unimaginable. The time before, impossibly distant. I like the use of a semicolon. Let's go. Ooh. Who were I? Who was I? Right. Wait. Who was I? Who were you? My father worked the docks, unloading ships. My uncle was a sailor. We were on the right side of the law. The same couldn't always be said for a friend. Working class and with criminals. That's a me. That's what it says down here with RP pause. Okay. Child of the gentry. My family had an estate on the surface. Magistrate. Oh, now there's no going back. Hobnob in high society, and what's the constabulary? Want to be with the police? Tailor? We dress our customers better than we dressed ourselves. Contacts with, but their own origins are more humble. No contacts among the artistically inclined. That's cool. Oh, this one's locked. My father was a housebreaker, a thief. highwayman, we came down in the world, no longer doing our crimes on horseback. But then my father was arrested. Alright. So this one, yeah, you had to complete the game to get that one. Oh, another one, Undertaker. Now, I don't know if it has to be a good ending in order to unlock it. I don't know if there are bad endings. We'll find out. Arcane Academic. That's cool. Language of the Angels. Alright, I like Dock Worker. I like the Tailor. I put the wrong. Well, since I like those two, I'll do the one I don't like. Child of the Gentry. Let's go. Down here, your name is whatever you say it is. Often, there's no one left to remember who you used to be. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Some hold tight to their names, but whatever. Alright, I prefer strangers. Monsieur, Madame, Mademoiselle, Miss, Madame, Sir, my lord, my is there my liege, comrade, captain, lieutenant, doctor, professor, officer, secretary, brother, sister, reverend, dependent. Let's go with citizen. What is this, Half-Life? We'll go professor. That sounds funny. Oh, let's randomize this. Q. Pandita. Enrique. Paul. Jean Paul. Carlos. Joshua. Jasmine. Radcliffe. Like the rat from Down Under, I think. Adventures Down Under. Valentina. Adelaide. Yeah, we'll go Australian. That suits me. Let's go. That's me, Adelaide to my friends, professor to strangers. Evening, we got no money. Yep, we're even before London fell. Ooh. The name that always fit me. Nah, I'll be hard. Yeah, hoity-toity. Right. Oh, this guy has a pipe. Look at that mustache. That's a cool mustache too. I'll go with the pipe. That's a me. In the Neath, true ally means everything. When I find people to be close to, I am open to friendship, but no romantic emotions or physical. Alright, I like these settings. So you don't have to go romance if you don't want to. But no romantic emotions. But no physical intimacy. I mean, if you're rich, you don't even want friendship. But you go physical, but no romantic, I feel like. We'll RP that way. Seduction and physical connection, alright. Friendship and matchmaking are possible too. I'm just not looking to fall in love. Nah, because London's the only thing that fell. Alright, I'm happy with that. Right now I'm meant to be helping with the census, finding out who still lives in my neighborhood. First census results are due tomorrow. If I turn them in, I get paid. The first money to come in my way in nearly 2 months. I'm going to disappoint Grizz badly if I don't. She knew I was in trouble, so she went out of her way to find me work with her own employers. That's nice. She even gave me a badge to show my affiliation. Badge of the Ministry of Accounting and Recounting. I like the cursive, yeah. Looks almost like a constable's badge with the lion and unicorn blazoned on it. Back. Badge has some kind of symbol I don't recognize. Hot to the touch. Hot to the touch. I keep it with the clothes I have from before the fall and a few odd items I found more recently. I sure must change my outfit. So yeah, there's a lot of customization here. Not very. No. Alright, my lapel. Vibrant corsage. torso. Ooh, an elegant cloak, like in Harry Potter. Bare-faced and hatless. That'll do. Grizz. Ah, I thought you were up here. I'm not gonna do that voice the whole time. Or will I? She glances at the badge I'm wearing. Yeah, you're the one that gave it to me. I suppose I should be glad you're thinking about the census, even if you didn't get around to leaving the house. Oh, wait, how am I gonna do a census by tomorrow? I react to that the way I react to many things, is by zooming in, walking closer to her. You blink. He does, that's cool. Yeah, just go ahead and lie. I lie. You told me that the census papers would not be needed until next week. I was sure I told you to start immediately. Come tomorrow evening. We need to have at least a few census forms filled out, or I'm going to be the one explaining to Mr. Pages. What a perfect name for that. If that happens, I'm not going to help you with your employment prospects again. Grizz works for the Ministry of Accounting and Recounting. Yes, it seems to agree with her. She wears trousers to work and comes home at all hours. That sucks. Right, is it very important to her being taken seriously by these employers? The next thing I do is characteristic 2. Well, if you lie, you flatter, right? I mean, you could invent a story that'll make me seem honest. But no, I'll flatter her. Flatter. You have nothing to worry about at the ministry. I'm certain you're the most competent employee they have ever met. Grizz's employers are unusual, she says. She's never seen their faces. I think they've met a lot of unusual people. What do you think of the questions? They're written in the most peculiar... I thought this was all supposed to be cursive. Alright. Most peculiar spiked handwriting, and there are punctures in the paper in random spots. I mean, I haven't read them. Distracted with flattery. I did, and may I congratulate you on them. They're very reasonable, very sensible questions. I fancied I detected your own influence there. Did you have a hand in writing them? That is something a guy with a pipe would say. I did offer my recommendations, though they did not accept many of them, but they accepted a few. Here, try the questions on me. You just knocked on the door and I have to come answer it. Yes, what do you want? Read out the first question. Well, I have it, yeah. I introduced myself as an agent. Yes, and good evening. On behalf of the Ministry of Accounting and Recounting, I have a few questions. Oh, how lovely. My accent's going all over the place. I'm so grateful these ministries are looking after us. Boom. Flirtatiously riff on how excellent the ministry is. I'm not gonna do that much. Alright, I'm gonna straightforwardly accept her performance. Pleasure. I must say, this doesn't present too much difficulty. Go on then, what's the first question? Read out the first question. How many people live in this establishment? Establishmentation? Okay. Is that a word? Establishmentation? Yeah, that's what I thought. My superiors are enthusiastic embellishers of the language. If you like, you can translate into questions that are more likely to be understood. Right. How many people live in this establishment? Yeah, it's kind of curious how that works. So, they say, like, a lot of words, even if they're misspelled, as long as the beginning part and the end part are, close enough, your brain will automatically fix it. So, like, establishmentation, you know. It was, I guess it was close enough for me to just say establishment. I don't know. Anyway, or the landlady, Miss Baroshia Chapman. Alright. A young man named Archibald Reed, myself, and a fourth character, very disreputable. Suggests that she might not be the picture of respectability herself. Invent laugh as she clearly intends. No. I shall invent a Mr. Chapman. And of course, there's Mr. Chapman. He lives elsewhere in London. No, surely not. Horatia has never been married, has she? She just uses the missus for respect, and she's too old to be miss. Sometimes I'm in the mood to keep chatting, and sometimes I want to get to the point. Linger over the senses in order to keep chatting with Grizz. I've learned enough. No, we'll just keep chatting. Always keep chatting. Is anyone in this establishment enamoricated or impassionated? What does this even mean? Are they in love? They're asking if anyone here is in love. Just ask that. Anyone here in love? No. Okay. Teaser? I mean, both of these are teasing in a way. I'll ask her if she's sure about herself. You're not even slightly attracted to anyone? I admit I find that a little disappointing. My betrothal was not of my choosing, and its end was a blessed relief. Ooh, she was gonna get married. I'm not carrying any feelings from that time. Has there been anyone else since? We'll find out. No one else? And there's no one else? No. Oh, short. Second visitor walks in at this exact moment. Archie is a medical student. He hadn't finished his training before the fall, but he has plenty of work now. Yeah, just throw him in there. Now, I like the name I got randomly generated, Adelaide. Yeah, that's Australia, not New Zealand. It might be in both. Right after the fall was broken bones and cuts. Lately, there are fewer wounds and more diseases. I wondered where you were. I'm just gonna ask him what he needs. He's interrupting, right, man? But you could flirt if you wanted. What are you looking for? There's something that needs explaining. Out I went this morning. I visit a patient. And what do I find pasted up on the wall? Holds up a broadsheet. There's a new decree for the mystery of cartography and chirography. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Cartography's maps. That's all maps analysis are TAVI surrendered or put on Defia Suburnamono. Chirography. Is that atlases? Chirography is the art or practice of designing sequences of movements or physical bodies in which motion. No, why did it go? Yeah, chirography. Handwriting, especially. Okay, yeah. Alright, it says handwriting. Distinct from typography. What's the word? Not chirography. Geography. Anyway. It's your fault making these rules, Grizz. Oh, he has a beef. Ooh. I don't know, she got me a job. Archie, get the heck out of here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright. Leave it be, Archie. Grizz knows what she is doing. Oh, He's Scottish, is he? No Londoners really know what she's about at the moment. But there's still such a thing as common sense. Will you be asking your Mr. Pages about these maps? Grizz hesitates. The relief to speak frankly. The mystery of chirography and cartography is new. I don't think that existed yesterday. Yeah, let's let her draw her own conclusions here. Very well, I'll see what I can find out about this, but it might take some time. Adelaide, please do collect at least a few census forms by tomorrow from whatever Londoners you are able to find. At the end of the day, I'll find you and we can take them to Mr. Pages together. Yes, a new quest. Deliver a filled census form to Pages. You alright? Grizz had a fierce look about her when I came in. I don't think she gives much quota. Be a pirate? Say I do like Grizz, I want to be friends. Yeah, I'll say I want to impress her. Let's go. First person you meet. It's true, she expects me to be like her, focused, hard to distract. I had an aunt like this, like that aunt. She perished young, heart gave out. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, do you want to fill out the census, buddy? Grizz has me gathering census pages for the ministry. Grizz told me it was some such thing. Protective kindness? Go with warmth. That one's special. It has a coat I can get. Now we're going with romantic commitments. Let's go. Do you have your heart set on anyone? Down here, there's no one. What about before the fall? There was a lass back home. What did me mother do but promise me to her? Yeah, I'll say she's not fortunate because you're down here. Alright. There must be a great deal of trust and affection in your family if you're able to rely on each other so much. Well, there's no many people, not many, yeah, where I come from, so it serves not to make enemies of any of them. What's that paper for up there? Is that the census form? Alright, I might have two. Let's go. Alright, the question has stirred recollections. He's not considered for a time. Is it bad to say I've not much thought of her since? Bad to say, yeah. She has very even teeth. Nice dentistry. Yeah, I love that about England. Well, I guess he's not England. He's probably, like I said, Scottish. Maybe. He's Scottish. He's not Irish. He's Scottish. That's what I'm going for. My letter said overlapping teeth and one mean defiance and gaps mean a light skirt. Whoa. Yeah, I'll keep my opinions to myself on that one. I see. Don't look so stiff. I mean, there's infections. I want to know about that, right? Nah, I don't care. Alright, we'll end this discussion with him. Have a good evening. I met the like of you in Scotland. Scottish. Alright, I might have never come to London. Wow. Platonic intention. Thought hits me, but I don't shove it. Keep track of everything in my journal. Nice. What conversations I had, the plans I made, how I'm feeling about other people. Let's review today. This is cool. Alright. Goals: deliver the filled census form to Pages, conduct census interviews if there's time, wait for Gliz to take me to see Mr. Pages. I have 2 pages. It's evening. Acquaintances. A jot old bean. Nice. Professor Adelaide. Alright, I'm at Chapman's boarding house. Nice. Moved in Chapman. Broke antifungal fast because too hungry. Let me find work. Okay, so that's pretty full. Nice. Archibald Reed. Archie. I didn't ask about his job. Nice. Alright, so I took her. She was engaged but broke it off. Okay, so she actually told me about everything. Log, here's all the conversations, page up, page down. Hey, wow. The use for these keys. Never use them. Alright, and it's by section here, which is cool. Alright, and then this is how you look. Right. 259 days. 260 days. Let's go. Six days remain in the season of confessions. I do like that background art. Newspapers aren't what they used to be, but someone is still printing broadsheets these days. The headlines today's read: Masters will exchange warm winter clothing for disused street signs. Why? Alright, so we can recall the past. Oh, nice. I'm always reliving London's last night on the surface. The Eye of Sauron there. I try to put it out of my head. Ale and stout, yeah. But it's still there, the dimming of the sun at 3 in the afternoon, the sky turning the color of the rust. Of rust, not the rust. Whoopsie. A horrible bang in the cloud of dust from the direction of Westminster. The tolling of the bells. The horseman who rode down the street, liveried in the garb of the palace, shouting, "In Her Majesty's name, go indoors!" And then the sky was full of bats, more bats than I thought could exist in the world, wheeling, shrieking, defecating. People went indoors then, if they ignored the criers, yes, the criers. The criers, those that had no house, crowded into the churches and under the bridges. Even now, I don't understand. That's how Her Majesty knew to send criers. Yep. The palace has been shuttered since that day. The royal family do not emerge. Surely, if they had known this was coming, they would have departed London. It was the only city that fell. The rest of England, we assume, remains above. London calling to ba-ba-ba-ba. Now war were declared. I reckon it's a tornado. I've heard of something similar in the Welsh hills back in 1760. He's Scottish, but he knows about the Welsh. Nay light in the sky and a noise like a thunderclap. Horatia. It's no tornado, love. It's a plague of Egypt. I mean, I would think so with all the bats. I mean, are they annoying each other? Yeah, just let them talk. I've seen tornadoes. They come and then they move right on again. And they aren't made of bats. They say the tornado scattered livestock every which way. Sheep on rooftops and that. Yeah, that's a Welsh story, alright. Then the ground shook again. I believe we can blame Mr. Bazalgetes? Basilgitz. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Right. Excavations digging about under London, causing a seismic disturbance. What did he do there? But find doom there? Find doom there? Yep. But a cave of 3 million bats. That what you reckon? There are stranger things beneath London, like a whole city. That was the beginning of it, but we were down there for hours and hours. The sky darkened and didn't return to normal. Once around midnight, Grizz went upstairs and opened the door to the street, but she came right back down again. She said the cobbles were galloping about. It wasn't safe to walk outside. After that first bit, the memories collide and get confused. I have trouble keeping track of which came first and which came later, whether I'm imagining something. But a lot of days like this thinking back. An achievement. Thinking back, trying to piece together the bits of the puzzle. As if I could realize something that would make sense of it all. Alright, so census is due today. Yeah, let's just, alright, yes. Is a cloak winter wear? Maybe. We'll stick with this outfit. Venture outside. Was there a way? I guess, yeah. Okay. Ooh, morning house. There's a love interest. Activity. Let's explore. Thurl Street. Just outside my door. Surely these are the same streets that were always there. Take the census with Arjit. Arjit. Or to be mindful of how others will roll I play. What I can and cannot say is constrained by my clothes. That's kind of cool. This was true before the fall, but is even truer now. Names, identities, and relationships have all become so unsteady and unreliable. Arjit admires duty, but does not always care for the mystery. Hard to say what impression the badge will make on him. I'm satisfied with this. He has a badge. The streets outside Mrs. Chapman's are not easy. I have friends and friends of friends in the best neighborhoods in London. The Landon townhouse. Well-appointed house. Oh, Ladow's. Okay. Or maybe I don't know Chris. With a home of Ladow and Dow siblings. But whenever I need to find more of them, it's Arjit who helps me. I have something for you if you want it. Here's a nearly new Admiral's hat in perfectly good condition. I found it near docks. No signs on the owner. I can't wear it myself. Thought someone at Mrs. Chapman's might get use out of it. Perhaps Lady Griselda. Who's Griselda? Alright, cool. An Admiral's hat. I could be an admiral. Yes, clothes make an impression on they make an impression on me too. Sometimes I'm inspired to say things I wouldn't otherwise. But the feeling this particular hat would make me a bit gruff and commanding. Alright, let's try it, man. I'll mutter, ungraciously influenced by the hat. Hope the Admiral wasn't afflicted with lice. Leave it in a cupboard for 2 weeks if it concerns you. You're welcome. Well, I mean, I'll use the Ministry. I know he doesn't like it. The Ministry of Counting and Recounting have asked me to work on the census. I see. London was determined to collect everyone's name even before the fall. That's whether his answers have changed. Yeah, it's needed for planet. Find out how many mouths need feeding. A list like that is never put to only one use. Never mind you. This is a smart guy. But never mind you. Do you not have to explain yourself to me? Not while I'm wearing this uniform at any rate. What do you wish to know? That's what I'm saying, man. Let's ask about his household. Do you live alone? I live alone for the moment. I recognize an invasion. Arjit, not the kind of person who would tell me bluntly to mind my own business, but he won't say any more than he thinks I have reason to know. Still, that is enough for the purpose of the census. I will just simply ask, are you married or otherwise connected? I've met matchmakers before, but not in London. Are all practitioners here equally unsuitable? I will appeal to the expectations of the constabulary. If you have a weakness, pressure, anything a criminal could use to blackmail you, that should be declared or put everyone at risk. Ooh. Arjit hesitates. I rely on your discretion. This is not a matter I would explain to most people. You and I have known one another for some time, however. I think you would hear me out kindly, but if you would rather not carry my secrets... Yeah, Larry, tell me. I believe I know what is expected in these situations, even before the love. Even before the fall, I would not have married. My companion was not a lady. He was an officer who came to Punjab. Yep. Punjabi. Yep. We became acquainted, and then more than acquainted, if you catch his drift. I thought he and I would remain together throughout our lives. All of them here, away from my own country, and everything I knew, to the home of my former enemies. He promised me that it was worth the sacrifice. He said we would never be separated. He was certain that he isn't here. Timeless wisdom? Yeah, we'll go with that. Give him advice when he doesn't need it. All shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. I've been looking for him since the night of the fall. I walked on streets that were tearing themselves stone from stone, looking for him. Ooh. This is spicy. Alright. Do you still even want to find him? The moment I see him, I will know whether he has been waiting for me or whether his absence has been a betrayal. Ooh. Living in fear is no life. There are so many things in my life that I share with no one. Things that are not secret or even private, but that are beyond companionship. The memory of my home, my faith, the intricate politics of the court in Lahore, which I learned in childhood and cannot forget. Now I'm adding to those all the empty buildings that I alone see. Do you have any such things of your own, which communication entirely fails? Yeah, let's see about my family. Tell about my own upbringing, the state, the servants, the heirlooms of my ancestors, the stories that my family told about our grandparents and great-grandparents. The life very unlike the one we live at Mrs. Chapman. I suppose you were a child. Those circumstances weren't yours to choose, any more than my family's were for me. Good old water. Yeah, what do you think about London? You've seen other cities. What do you think of ours? It's been taken by surprise, which serves it right. Dang. No, you deserve a better answer. I do not like the city London was, and I do not like the city London will become. In time, she'll remember her confidence and try to rule again. Unless Lady Griselda and her type fail. The cracked and lost part of London now, this is a place to love. Oh, it likes how it is now. Our people have no choice but to meet as equals now and then. Yeah, I'll thank him for trusting me. I'm glad you told me that. You are welcome. I should go, but you know where to find me. Always here. That leaves me time for one more errand today before supper. Alright, let's... So I got Admiral's hat on? Nice. We're gonna keep that on. I look like a boss. Alright, let's head outside. No heart there now. I can make money? Let's make money. I don't need that stupid thing. Yeah, show me a route, Harjeet. A route. Like to see me wearing his gift, he might take that as encouragement. I'm satisfied with this. You're looking well. Badge makes clear that I'm here for business, not for conversation. Yes, some new destinations. The Menace Eradicator Shop, Hogsling Market, St. Albans, Rotor Martyr Church. Go Eradicator Shop, that sounds cool. Find any interesting places today? There's a Menace Eradicator shop around the corner in that direction. He points around and I can't see it at first. It takes a minute, then I notice the alley that cuts between. We walk together, and every few moments, Harjeet stops to point out a landmark. Draws my attention to places where the air smells different, where the sound of church bells can be heard. I got a new location, Ferret's shop. There's a need for their service. So does he just kill ferrets or something? Oh no, his name's Ferrets. He... Sign outside says the shop's alone to one ferret. This presumably is them. Ferret doesn't look straight at my badge, but it's been noticed all the same. Everything all right and tight here, regular inspections and all that. Buddy boy, we pay the constables their due. Ooh, I can use my hat. Do, do, do. Yeah. Use my hat. Allow me to present myself, Adelaide. Fair, but you can see that on the shop window. Not that I can stay out to light and make the acquaintance. I dare say you aren't either. Either. That's the fall for you. We've no choice now but to rub elbows with the honest fish. Pleasure to meet you. Yes, I'm here with the Ministry on the Census. The Ministry of Accounting and Recounting have asked me to work on the census. Faintly mutinous, huh? Yeah, let's chill him out. React protectively despite the hostile tone. There's nothing for you to worry about, dear fellow. Please tell me you don't have a surname, Ferret Wilson or Ferret Clark. It would be a terrible disappointment. Ferret's the only name I go by. And no one saw fit to tell me if it was a forename or a surname. Might have come down to me from a noble house for all I know. Courtesy of me great-grandsire and his wife, Lord and Lady Stoke Weasel. That form you had to put on it, whether a person is a gentleman or not? I mean, I'll just answer his question. There's nothing on it about gender. whether a person's male or female. That's good. Can't say I ever liked answering that one. Sure, I'll sympathize even if my own concerns are otherwise. People are always trying to fit one into uncomfortable boxes. You don't fit in either, eh? Yes, I'll react protectively. These questions were written by pedantic sorts at the ministry. Don't worry too much about your answers. What sort of household is it? Have you got anyone sharing in it with you? Friends, siblings, partners in crimes, pets, etc. What's it to them? For all you know, I might keep a dormitory full of vermin-killing apprentices. Like my masters did with me for enough years. Took me out of the chimney sweeping trade. Oh, he does look like a chimney sweeper. And put me at rats instead. Alright, what about your romantic connections, dude? Are you married or otherwise connected? Strange things, but I don't fancy sharing those particulars with your masters. My shy and delicate nature. It'd put me to the blush if those things was to become known. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna invent something. Alright. Right, a youthful affair with fellow rat catcher ending in tragedy and permanent scars. Nice. He watches me bemused. Shouldn't have thought it'd take that long to write down no comment. I'm not gonna explain it. I smile at affair without explanation. Boy, I wasn't expecting you until this evening. Seeing the customers, as you can see. Hello, Adelaide. I already know the customer. I'm just by with a warning about the pub at the corner. More than usually infested, is it? The publican hires you to clear the place, bring help, and fire. Now let's go to a happier topic. Thank you, you're drawing on me? But that'll be spiders. Yeah, I'll be surprised about the help. That was unexpected. People are more than one thing since the fall. Or the fall too, come to that. There's just been a bit of a 3-card Monty on who does what since. Back to business though, eh? What else can I do for you? Dude, you can floor one everybody. Yeah, let's inquire into the particulars of his business. Is business good then? I've been rat killing, mole killing for many years, but I've never seen business like this. Eradicating of the beasties and demand for their bodies when you're done with them. The wages have never been so good, but I don't get so much competition as you might expect. Though it stands to reason considering what fines and arrests nest these days. If you ask me, in a year or two we'll need more than a terrier to catch rats with. Might need firearms. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop that conversation. Right, I see. They're already turning away with a scowl. Well, should you just kiss him already? Nah, I don't like Barrett. He's been kind of an ass. We go back to Horatius. Now I'm going straight to the dinner table. Let's go. Where is this waiting for me? Whatever sense of storms you have ready, it's time to take them to Mr. Page's. Yeah, I want to eat. Now I'm famished. Mr. Page has been expecting these all day. He's eager to see what you made of the collection. Once I've shown you how to reach the mystery, you can come back on your own and turn in others. Alrighty, I guess we're going. With luck, Mr. Pages will decide to keep you on. With even more luck, he won't mind being asked about the mystery of hieroglyphy and cartography. Why am I forgetting the word for fancy writing? Like if I hear it or see it, I know it. fear this may be my fault. I explained the idea of the ministries to Mr. Pages and his colleagues. But they may not have understood that it's best to limit the number of ministries. With that, she leads me outside and down a side street that's no longer named. Why, because we gave away the signs? The way runs through new streets made of old material, medieval timber, Tudor brick. A facade of Doric pilasters, stolen from Leadenhall Street, the doors boarded up and the windows gaping darkly overhead. It's all broken loose of its history, a folly in the hedge maze of the bazaar. Music? I like the music in this game. Finally, we find ourselves standing in its shadow, under its walls. Before us is a low door that once, I think, belonged to a solicitor's office. Lawyers. Chris takes out a key, made of something other than metal, and unlocks that door. Mind the pile of papers. I've already sorted them 3 times. Mr. Pages is very particular about the ordering of documents. Now, where has he gone? Usually he's here by this time of day. Holy. Why does he look like he's like a villain? Ah, there you are, sir. We're just coming to bring you the census documents. The first installment of many, I'm sure. There's a tone in her voice somewhere between fondness and a nanny guiding an untutored child. I'm not gonna ignore that. I watch her curiously. She doesn't meet my eye. Does she have feelings towards it? Affection? Regard for a very strange and demanding pet? Or is it something more heartfelt? Mr. Pages, may I present Adelaide. Bum bum bum. Right, Adelaide is Mr. Pages. The whole Ministry of Accounting or Accounting is under Mr. Pages' direction. Ba-ba-ba. We're just gonna stand well back and make no sudden moves. That's creepy. Yeah, Mr. Pages is extremely tall and his arms are very long. Riz ashore, reassure your intimidation. Underclerk. Mr. Riz has a surprisingly high voice for someone so large. You're completely safe here, Adelaide. Surely you met very tall gentlemen before. What have you brought us? We'll give him ferret. Most intertrigant? Intriguing. Anyway, it gives me a shiny penny for my trouble. It's newly minted and has a portrait on the back of someone who's certainly not the queen. The face on the back of the coin stares at me until the hair prickles on my neck. It reminds me of a dead ode, and I don't want to remember. My breath hitches, slows, and resists. Oh, cool. Oh, need to provide 7. Pages continue turning. The page is over and going back and forth between them for a long time. I only give them 1. Ineffectuous. This way of capturing menaces. We have better ways. The ministry will make them known. What else is there? Archie takes my penny payment from the jar, bringing my stash to 2. Yes. There are other coins in there, and a few things that aren't even coins. Buttons, pearls, probably false. Horsehead cards from ivory or bone. We are grateful for your assistance. There are never too many pages. We did not expect much from Archie. Undercon Grizz, having already revelated that he is a lightless character. Do you have anything more? Yeah, we'll give it about Grizz. I guess I gotta hand over it all. Spend some time scanning it. There's something looking for, something it keeps looking for, something that I cannot find. There's nothing interesting in there, I promise. It's all exactly as I told you before. Expectated. you have anything more? I guess I gotta give it Virginia 2 pennies. Wow. Then it puts the census page in a stack of others much like it. Weighs the stack down with a paperweight. If I took too hard at if I look too hard at the paperweight, my eyes sting. Can we say that the story is finished while the lover has not returned? Another chaptering is unimaginable. Business of the census done for now. Perhaps I have earned the question. Why? He seems very focused on a romance. What are those about? Why are you asking people about their romantic situation? Are you planning any related laws or regulations? I can't imagine that. You may consider love stories remunerant. Not even a word? Hold on. Derogatory. Calligraphy is the word I was looking for before. Finally just remembered it. Your services were remunerated. Paying equivalent to for service loss or expense. Remunerate. I don't know how that works. Relevant, but alright. In exchange for generosity in a matter of food and clothing. What is he looking for? Sauce? Yeah. Are there any particular details that would enhance the pleasure of these tales? Yes. Be able to convey the flavor of the hearts and their resistance to the tooth. Metaphorically. Tooth. Alright. It's time to go. Grizz kicks me out. She makes a couple remarks about how useful this will be, though she stopped short of asking whether I'm in debt to Horatia. I haven't forgotten, though. Hey, half my debt back. Half my back rent. Alright, let's go. As we make our way back to Horatius, Grizz asks me what I think of Mr. Pages. Yeah, be careful around that guy, man. Watch your back. Doesn't ask why. Whoa. Jeez. That was a little fast. Let's slow that down. Or bug, no. The R is auto. I did not know that. But alright. Well, don't scroll up too much. Ba-bum, 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 bum-bum. Make it sound like an idly curious question. Tell her to watch out when she's at the ministry. She doesn't ask why. She's silent for a few minutes and then in a different voice asks what food I would have. Back from before the fall, if I could have anything I wanted. Chicken piccata. Right. We filmed the rest of the walk talking about strawberries and... Nope, alright. I was wrong. Strawberries and bread. Before we go back home inside the house, she reminds me we have many more people in the neighborhood to survey for the census. You know how it's done now. I gotta collect it myself. She won't always be there. Alright, I won't be harmed. Yeah, I'm gonna silently conclude that she likes Mr. Pages. There's something in the tone of her voice. We should go inside. I can promote their connection. I'll try to split them apart. The sooner Cruz recovers from this, the better. Archie finds me upstairs after dinner. I cannot stop thinking the mystery of cartography. There's something not right there. Do let me know what I'm thinking of. No, this guy's unsettling as hell. Mr. Pages is not a comforting companion. He looms. It's Nay's height that worries me. We're not in the main, though. It's a sign of being a bit peculiar. But he does worry me. That's why I wanted to show you this. It's a way of sorting out my thoughts. It was to think through a treatment. It's all good for all sorts, stories, schemes, things that might be true or things that don't have to be. While he's talking, he's getting out some bit of paper written blah blah blah. Yeah, let's watch closely. Learn a story about creating a story. Alright. From time to time, you'll be making stories about things you discover in Neath. Let's go! Sometimes other people will ask you to bring them a story. They might want a true account or they might want fiction. Either way, you'll have to come here to create the story they want. Let's go! 2. This slot contains the elements of your story. This is who slot, meaning any character, featureness, or select the slot. Alright. You could. We gave more options. We're gonna go with Grizz. This is a story about Grizz and how her life got turned upside down. You can select slot again to choose someone else if you like. Alright, let's continue. Characters and stories are driven by their motives. Yes. Alright. Oh, cool. Storyteller. By fragments. Text rather than picture. Sign a token of both motive and action. Hope for love. Had a secret affair. Well done, delicious friend. Let's continue. Not every story is single-hander. Of course, commonly a second character will feature as a friend, an enemy, or victim. Select this slot to continue. Yes, we're gonna go Mr. Pages. Has to be different. Yes, there's an X. You sign out slot. Vacate first. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Grizz. Can't be placed together because they don't make sense. More often, you can mix and match based on whatever you learned about. You'll discover more variations in the course of play. Sometimes you'll be asked for a story where certain elements can't be changed. In that case, these slots will be left. Locked. You can change everything else about the story, but not that piece. Finally, sometimes you can put an unknown into the plot. That means you think there's another possible answer. But you need to explore the world to find out what it is. Building a story with some unknown elements gives you a hypothesis you can ask other characters about. Fill in the final slot to get. Obeyed. Theory of obedience. Everything Chris asks. Onward! Whenever you're done working on a storyboard, finished or not, you can leave the story crafting board and go tell other characters about my ID. Yeah. Wow, you're just making rumors, huh? You see, I'm coming at it. How I'm coming at it. I'm trying to work out what Mr. Pages is about with the ministry. No use asking Liz, you've seen that. Alright. Had an unknown purpose. Was gullible. Obeyed mapping. That was really cool. Personally believed it was propaganda even when it warned against using quite common street names. Yes, they obeyed. Pages unknowable. I'm gonna say use power. Tyrannical. That's a good word right there. Online with everything that was required and never questioned whether Mr. Pages had a secret agenda. Yes. That's the story Archie tells. Whatever Mr. Pages. Yeah, Archie, he likes newspapers. I did not think it's for our own good. More like he wants to keep us trapped and confused like creatures in a maze. You don't mind giving Mr. Pages all manner of stories about the people that live below, then you can go on with it. But I'd rather you find another way to making your bread. I have a friend below that can take what we learned and put it about in the papers. I told him that I knew someone that might be able to bring back a few secrets of the ministry. Make up the questions you want to ask. You can investigate with anyone who might answer. Earn your pennies helping the citizen rather than those creatures in their blankets. I'm with you. Truth above all, eh? I'm Canadian now. Glad to hear you say so. Ain't no easy thing fighting the doubts on my own. With Horatia telling me I have the fidgets and Riz saying I should be quiet, trust our robe-wearing masters, I should let you get your sleep. You should feel free to come and talk with me anytime. My own room's not big enough to turn about in, of course. You can find me in the parlor. Yes, I'm only interested in friendship. I do hold you in high regard, but I wouldn't want to give you the wrong impression. With that, I understand I'd be happy to. Excellent. Wait. What did I agree to? Yes, let's review. I've done that. Okay. Baked feelings, pre-fall, saw it lost, person was intimidated. Collected love story. Alright, this is interesting. 5 days remain in this season. Okay, gotcha. I think what I'm gonna do, I'll do the 5 days and then I'll cut this video there. Another morning, another newspaper. This morning, lines open on the tape. Population of rats and spiders said to have tripled overnight. Not good. What's your calling the past to? Okay, it's just this. Oh, it's not just that. Yeah, what's their family name? Oh, whoops. Okay, so ours skipped then. Alright, well. Okay. Yeah, what's those few things maybe words of we had the end of a loaf of bread, a roast joint we hadn't finished, and cheddar with the wax covering still on. Jellied eels barely been touched, plenty to go around. In fact, I think Riz mentioned her family briefly. The sky got dark and grim reference. Are you concerned for your parents? You visit them in the morning, perhaps. No. I could go with you if you want, or Archie would escort you, I dare say. That might be better. If the Everly townhouse were to slide sideways into the dams, I would not be going to investigate Everly, huh? Riz Everly. This will not cause time. Alright, Mr. Pages. Hope to save London. Collected love stories. Student of the heart. Pose no challenge and ask no questions. Save and exit. We'll go with that one. That sounds good. I build another story. I can hand it in. Alright. Head outside. Bazaar, Ferris Shop, Thrall Street. Alright, let's go here. Let's pay what I owe her. Alright. In all states. Satisfied with this? Basement taking inventory of our supplies. Night lodgers gathered in the cellar. Horatio led the hymns while we waited for dawn. Around 3 in the afternoon, we admitted to ourselves that there wasn't going to be a dawn. Day or any other day. Wow. Adelaide, it's good to see you, my boy. My fellow, since the fall we have taken to greeting one another as invalids on the verge of death. Yeah, let's give her 5 gold coins. I believe I owe you something as a matter of fact, my back rent. I passed her the coins in a jingling handful. Thank you, you're a kind soul. Into the pocket of her skirt. Nice. Yeah, how much more do I owe her? I know that I can't cover all my previous debts. It would be as much again. Amid the rest will have to wait. I will do a few more odd jobs first. I'm glad to have this. Let's continue. There's something I need for dinner, if you'd be willing to go. You'll have to tell me a route to the market if I agree to go. In all states will be flirtatious. I would say no, but for you. He rummages in a corner with an assemblage of empty jars, which he piles into a bag for me. Wow, wow. Take them to market, get them filled as many as you can. Oil first, then solids, whatever they got. Don't let them sell you more than 1 jar of cricket flour. We can use it, but we don't go through much. And for the purple mushrooms, make sure they're dead. Don't accept live ones. How will I know? If it jumps out the jar, it's not dead. Of course, none of that's any good if you can't find your way there. I always go to the corner with the red-handled pump, then count to 20 and turn left. Go straight ahead without looking back. You wind up somewhere else entirely if you look back. Wow, that's cool. Likely just a corruption of Hog's Lane, but I keep my pet pig on a leash all the same. Yeah, you don't want your hog slain. I don't want to look back, see where you end up. Hats, pins, mask, clothes, sundry unspeakables. Trip takes a long time. Half the stalls are already empty, half the remaining stalls are not offering anything we want. I finished her commission in the end, and time to run another errand before supper. After tides lodging, right? I like the sound it makes when I hover over it. Here. We're gonna discuss the theories with him, hand that in. That'll do. Alright, we're going with a cloak on again. Satisfied. As though we were siblings in a secret society. We're just gonna go straight to the point. I'm here for a reason. Yes, I'll explain about Mr. Pages and her love stories. Others may be working on it as well. We already have our food. It'd kill everyone's beloved anyhow. Maybe they want the stories for themselves. If London were a treasure house of a very peculiar kind. I have a friend in Fleet Street. That's a cool name. We'll want these. Pays good money for what he can print. I'll split the price between us. Won't mind me using the rest on medicines, I know. Not as though I could go to Archie's barge myself, of course. For a moment, no one speaks. Yeah, we're just gonna talk about the employer. Yep, keeps offices like a solicitor. Sounds all rather alarming. I'm not sure Grizz is wise to work there. I may like the sound of them. I'll be about my own things then. My opinion is unchanged. I like how it's just a choice. Pick my head to clear it, and ruminations is where are gone. All is as it was. Gracious said to dinner. And afterward. Prepare for supper? 2 minutes of preparation. Archie's already at the table when I arrive. I mean, we're just meeting. He gives a guilty start and scoops some of his stew back into the tureen. Took more than I'd a right to, but I had not eaten any yet. Apologies. I'm just gonna shrug and take a bite. Too hungry to decline my dinner just because it took a sojourn in someone else's bowl. Sojourn is a travel. Nice. There was a lass who asked me to come around and look at her brother, a Jewish family. They usually go to their own doctor, but he's out of service or ran away or something of that ilk. Their old synagogue was destroyed in the fall. They moved to the Penterground Synagogue. Nice. Rachel and David Lindau. David has a stomach complaint, chronic. Perhaps they have trouble cooking anything palatable. It isn't easy these days with what we have. Sister's a beauty. He wouldn't leave the room while I saw to her brother. Yeah, what was Rachel doing? That unusual? What was she doing? Kept watching me while I worked making notes in her wee book. Felt as I was being marked on my bedside manner. Brother, will he live? Oh, aye, for a bit. I thought it might be serious. But what he needs is his stomach settled. Yeah, I'll eat. I chewed diligently. Nice. The first few days weren't bad. People had food in their pantry still. All loaves of bread, leftover joints, roots, and jams. Nothing was coming into the markets. No new fish, no vegetables from the farms. There are no more mushrooms on my plate. Let's review the day in my journal. Right. Delivered census form to page. Take the finished results. Archie. Mother says gave them to Horatius. Alright, I need 2 more pennies. David Rachel treated. David Lithgow. 4 days remain of confessions. Another morning, another newspaper. Archie bought one, and the headlines read: Missing baby found in vast basement spiderweb. Masters urge calm. As for the secrets Archie and I have made known, they do not have a headline. Not yet. There's only a small item in the back of the paper. Oh, so when they say masters, they don't mean like young men. They actually mean the creepy guys. That's who won the signs. Okay. What's the past say? Reach for another member. Bring out that jumbled bag. There are things I sometimes remember from that night that not have happened. Possible things that I concentrate I can recall. I glimpsed something in a bit of mirror. Let's go. In the mirror I saw something that wasn't my reflection. A woman who might have been Chinese. Though I could not be sure. She sat at a desk in a flooding palace, and the milky water had come to level with her knee. She wrote in haste. Her hands were gory with ink stained, and dimmed the firebirds embroidered on her sleeve. A glimpse of me goaded her. The ink bottle upset, blue black plumed in the flood water. Another semicolon. Alright, let's build a story. Let's go, boy. Hope for power. Took unknown actions. We're gonna go there. I don't wanna be an admiral though. I'm gonna head outside. Back out. Take census with the Lindows. Let's see what they're about. I'm doing the census. I need the right pen. That'll do. We've never met before, but I recognize these people anyway from Archie's description. They have to be the Landows. I'm just gonna say brother sister pair been treating David's stomach pains. Yeah, she looks alright. Wait here, Rachel, where you can stand a bit to the side if you want. Wherever you're comfortable. I'll speak to this person. Won't take long, shouldn't anyway. Good morning. I'm a friend of Archie. You must allow me to introduce you. I had an advantage. I'm afraid I know of you through a friend of mine, the young Dr. Archibald Reed. He and I reside at the same lodging house. The Dr. Reed sent you to us with some sort of message. I suppose I shouldn't call him doctor, as he didn't qualify. He knows we're here, but I don't know what the message would be. We paid his fees. No. I'm here on my own business, but he told me you might be here. What can we do for you? Bum, 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 the pin. The Ministry of Counting and Recounting have asked me to work on the census. I see. I'll answer your questions, Adelaide, if you answer mine. Call it character research. Are you having peculiar dreams down here? I mean, HIPAA isn't a thing here, but I don't know if I should be spreading other people's. That's hearsay. I'll make up something instead. I thought I saw a room full of wooden statues, and contained inside each statue was a coiled python. They were trapped inside, and I didn't even know that they were there until there was an earthquake. Statues toppled, and the snakes emerged. Hate to imagine what that might signify. How astonishing! Perhaps it is because the whole neath feels like some ancient tomb. Go ahead with your question, Adelaide. I'm going to ask about her. Do with protective kindness. There's nothing for you to worry about. My own household has dwindled a bit since the fall. Is yours as is was? Is yours as is was? Who lives with you? Our home contains myself, my brother, and our housekeeper. It isn't a grand establishment. We had another housekeeper for many years, but she passed away, and Phoebe, our servant, had lost her place with a neighbor of ours. Yeah, does he have any romantic commitments currently? He doesn't have any commitments. In fact, I would go so far as to say he's utterly without prospects. Dang, man. He stays home and reads. I haven't been well. He warns me of spinsterhood, but he's headed very much in that direction himself. Man, you don't see that word too often anymore. A spinster. It isn't the same thing at all. I agree it isn't. I have my work to support myself. My sister's famous authoress, serialized in the Lily of London, if you can believe it. But what becomes of your fun since the fall? You'll have to marry if you don't mean to end your days as a pauper, brother. He's a pauper. I'll rely on you to support me in my failing years, sister. Yeah, this is for the census, my dude. For the census, what is your romantics? Married, betrothed, loved? Oh, not recently. I was in love once or so, I imagine. Charlotte Carringham, she and David had an understanding. He converted. In any case, becoming Christian suited her social aspirations. Rachel. Yes, I take leave to dislike your unworthy suitors as heartily as you dislike mine. Milton is a yellow-eyed, flash-dressed, hot-handed creature, at least 2 decades too old for my sister. Rumors of devils are frequent in the city. Perhaps Milton is one of them. I hardly think he and Charlotte are comparable. Yes, let's hint for more information about the unsuitable friend. Oh dear, the rules of polite society have broken somewhat in the fall, haven't they? He's already taken. Nothing of the sort. He's a devil, or rather, he belongs to the group using that name. Milton is an artistic inspiration. If you're not a writer yourself, Adelaide, you cannot guess how much the fall has disrupted our sort of work. Like, you have so much more to write about them. Characters have certain tastes, certain preferences, certain prejudices. Let's fix my posture. All I need to do is imagine them in new circumstances and a reaction right themselves. Now we've all been at least a little bit cracked by the fall. How does anyone behave? Who can say? You always said you wrote from observation. You still observe. Since the fall, there's no pattern in what I see. The only home that makes sense to me. I cannot make my whole novel about a brother and sister lighting candles at Shabbat. Shabbat? At the Shabbat? I'm not sure. Yes, I'll ask why not make it a compliment. Why not? I imagine you make that as fascinating as anything else. My publisher wouldn't tolerate. The Lily of London wouldn't print it. The rest of the world must come into it somehow. Millen helps me sort the rest of the world. He can make sense of anything, even of his countess running down the street in her Noir? Pig Noir, Pig Noir, Egg Noir. I'm guessing that's underwear. And it's dark underwear, noir. Easy to understand a misbehaving viscountess. Everything else is stranger. Let me say, Adelaide, Milton smokes rose-scented cigars. He helps me. We're gonna get more gossip, man. Goodness, really? Rose-tinted glasses, rose-scented cigars. Milton quotes poetry instead of making conversation. What does that signify? Milton carries in his breast a pocket of jar of honey with a tiny spoon. Plenty of men of fashion behave that way. I turn my senseless curiosity on Rachel. Hey, we'll still for it. Are you married or otherwise promised? Are you in love? No, I wouldn't say that. Milton's only a friend. This as well, too. The times before you would never darken the door of such a person. Dude, this guy really... Yeah, let's just ask about his work. Go with protective kindness again. There's nothing for you to worry about. What's your occupation then? If the fact that he keeps saying that means there's something to worry about. You have money in the funds and interest in several businesses in London and elsewhere. Oh, he rides the market. Time was when I used to be very busy in answering letters from Livorno, from Amsterdam. These days my time is not so extensively occupied. We must be going. We're already late. Everything's always running too slowly, yet every day is the same. You've set loose one or two ideas, for which I certainly owe you something. He does look grateful. Goodbye, then. It's about o'clock. I can afford another errand today. Fought over Milton, fought over Rachel, Milton. Nice. It was a good thing. Alright, is there a better story? Okay, can I go to... While Gliz is there? Yeah, we'll go when Gliz is there. Satisfied. Let's go. Show me once how to visit the ministry. Nonetheless, this time I want to make sure I visit while she is also there. I'll invite myself to accompany her when she walks to work. Dude. Mr. Page, do we require more storage for the bazaar? Current catalog is too small. Too small? Far too small. You have all the romantic accounts from the sentence. Too short, too self-similar. A person was married, then widowed. A person fell in love, was rejected, and married another. Where's screaming in such an account? I'll leave this to Liz, I guess. I have no option. It is the custom after suffering to go on with one's life. Decide if you want more colorful stories. There are the novels. London's novels have been disappointing. Bled poorly. Promise to make appropriate arrangements with Rachel. Yeah, she's an author. Let me make the necessary introduction. I know where to find one that visit to Rachel is more of what Liz is looking for. Riz, for writing work, yes. Do you have anything more? I will go with Rachel first. This form merits 2 penny. Nice. Looks so to sheet. So that's like a grade there. Sheets of the form in its usual way. Doesn't find much to interest in the account of Rachel's romantic life. More intrigued by her employment. Ah, the authoress. We must hope she is proliferant. Do you have anything more? Yes, this one I should get to as well. I've got Houston transaction. I only got one. More than any other, nonetheless, is infections are prolific, there's some promise in that. Yeah, why do maps need to be outlawed, man? Why aren't we allowed to have maps and atlases anymore? We need them more than ever. London isn't arranged where it used to be. I believe the ministry intends to resurvey the territory. In the meantime, it wouldn't do to have people using fallacious maps. The territory of the Neath is anti-dispacificated towards lying still. Anti-dispacificated. That's a word. Alright. Not sagely. Now, what's that supposed to be? I beg your pardon? I suppose it must be a reference to the seismic activity. Perhaps there's a concern that further events will disturb the arrangement of London streets. Now I think on it, no circumstances the existence of inaccurate maps may cause alarm. Perhaps better not to create a population expectation of consistent layout. Alright, that's enough. Render my thanks and good wishes to all parties and bow myself as a lead. Mode of new news needs to change. Nice. I should accept that if I listen closely, there's a sound coming walking with an uneven gait. Shoes or perhaps its toenails click on polished floor. Time to go. Going to dinner, I should take off the hat. Go there. Olger. Alright. Hell, dude. I suppose you heard the news? No? Guess what's happened? Which news is that? The Masters have received word from the serpent. Oh, wow. The rest of the world is still there. The remains of England, France, all the rest as it was. Only London was abstracted. There are crates of mail from the world above, going out to London now as we speak. Yeah, is she certain? Really? Are you sure? I've seen the sacks being loaded into carriages. You even have a little souvenir for us, but that can wait. Archie, did you hear? I did at that. So it is true. I mean, to get a seat on the next mail coach that goes above? I'm not sure that the mail came by coach. It certainly did not come by train. Well, however it came, I mean to go back that road. Yeah, how soon can we be rescued? Well, however it came, but at last, when do you think the rescue operations will begin? Will it be possible to winch the city back up to the surface? Will they bring us out one by one with our processions? I did ask Mr. Pages whether we expect to return, but he hasn't answered me yet. Very much had the impression that, well, masters don't expect London to leave the Neath. The might heavy to lift out. I will not mind if it's left down here to molder, so long as the rest of us get back to daylight, yeah. Look, Mr. Pages sent us all a gift. Thighs are, oh, pork and apple sausages. Let's go. Better than Christmas, love. Thank you, Mr. Pages, for us. Or Mr. Pages. We'll make them up for Sunday lunch. Yeah, we'll thank him. You know, Ikedekimas or whatever that is. Alright. I don't suppose Mr. Pages says a line in red pudding. Is Mr. Hartz, who has been arranging the import of surface meats. But I don't think Mr. Hartz would consider a red pudding a very suitable gift. How many masters are there then? I've only seen the census pages for a few of them. I chewed diligently. Nice. When they got hungry, people turned, vented it. All the pigeons around St. Paul's, they caught and plucked. More than one society lapdog was turned to stew. We finished eating. Let's review today in my journal. Alright. I am getting a little tired. I might end it here. I do want to pay back my debt. Oh. I like that counter. I like that fog. Alright, I'm gonna end it today. I'm gonna end it here for now. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough Mask of the Rose. Yeah, I'm enjoying the story. You know, it's interesting with these creatures and like just London sinking into the earth. I think the sound design's spot on. I really like the art. This is cool. I like it. I've yet, like, you have to go back and play again to see what changes, but yeah, the story's interesting so far, and that's what you want in a visual novel, right? Yeah, it's ticking all the boxes so far. Ticking. All right, but yeah, that piece. Thanks for watching. Check out the game. Should be out by the time I put this video out. And yeah, have a good one. Peace.